And I do want to talk about how you're motivating teams, and particularly what I find, one of my favorite things to do is talk to leaders like yourself and pick their brains on what they do really well. And you build a vision and you stick to a vision and you get people excited about a vision, probably better or not the best that I've seen. And truly, were people behind your back, because I get that advantage if I get to hear what people say behind your back, where they really get excited. They're genuinely excited about the vision that you paint and, sort of how you get your teams along there. So I'd love to unpack that. Do you have a process? Do you have sort of a method that you go about, or what does that look like? Where do you start? And then how do you stick with it? Because we're all living quarter to quarter. We're all, for the most part, shareholders want to know what you're doing next quarter, and that's it. So what's the Jeremy Foster way?
Process. Yeah. I mean, I think, look, you have to have a place that you want to take the team that's going to be, again, impactful for the business, and a place that people would be excited to go. And depending on which scenario you're in, whether you're in a rebuild scenario, whether you're in a startup scenario, I think the approach has to be tailored to that. And I think one of the fun things has been, throughout my career, I've had a chance to do each one of those things. And so the important things, though, from a process perspective, is you set the vision on where you want to go. You work with your team to make sure that everybody can buy into that vision, and then you roll that out to the broader organization. And that's just the first step. The next step is, how are you tracking to that? Are you reporting that out? Do you actually believe that? Is it the same thing? Meaning, like, when you get on one of my all hands calls, I don't know what the next 20 things I'm going to talk about are, but I know that you will see the slide that says this is our strategy and this is what we're executing towards. And I'd kind of drive the team nuts with it a little bit, I think, because it's like, hey, look, it looks exactly like the other 7 times you presented it. The only thing that changed was that one little 2 words here or whatever. And it's like, well, that's good, because if I got on here every time and changed this whole thing,